Hi, everybody. Welcome back. We got Sean, we got Rod, we got Al, and we're going to get you those picks. But hey, just before we get to those picks, make sure you subscribe, make sure you like. That way, you get those picks the day before, and that way you get the latest line moves and everything before everything all settles and the dust moves. Why? So that way you can cover the spread with us here. Welcome, everybody. It's Friday. TGIF here. So it's a tough start to Thursday's games. Definitely 0-2 there. So we're looking to kill a later one there on that one. Salvage a 1 2 day tough one. Some of those days happen. We've had a nice little winning streak rolling along so far here. So let's get to it here for Friday's action to kick off the weekend. We'll get over to Sean and see how he's doing here on this Friday.
Yeah, all right. We're pumped up. We got Friday action. We got round 2 tomorrow. We have some kind of purple tournament on Sunday, crazy college basketball. We got Major League Baseball coming. I mean, it's a full throttle. NBA playoffs on the horizon, hockey. Fun times. It's so fast, though, right? And we've been doing these videos just for a couple weeks, but, man, I remember like August, like yesterday, like, man, I can't wait for football to come. And next thing you know, it's bowl season, Super Bowl, March Madness. It's baseball. It's the NBA, NFL draft's coming. I'm like, it goes fast. It's like having kids. Everybody's like, oh, I can't wait. I want them out of diapers. I can't wait to do it. Then all of a sudden they moved out of the house. You're like, what the hell just happened? Where'd the time go?
What?
It's over. Like this weekend is over already. Like everybody's like, oh, March Madness. Yeah, you're gonna wake up. It's gonna be Monday. You'll be like, oh, that was fast.
We're down to 16. Yeah. We're down to 16 teams left quick. It was just like, whoa. Just like crazy. That, right? So quick. In the blink of an eye. So, how are you doing, Al?
And maybe that's why I try not to blink too much. But you know what? That's one of the saddest and scariest and truest things that I've ever heard is that they do grow up fast. And guys, any parents out there watching, make sure you appreciate the times you spend with your kids because. Yeah, I mean it's scary how fast they grow up, but anyways, yeah, trying to bounce back from a slow start today, and I think we can do that with the picks we got looking at today. So let's get to them.
It's Friday's action, right? So definitely let's get to Friday's. All right, let's definitely don't blink for this because you might miss it, as we say. Let's get to these games here on Friday. First game, we're going to kick it off. We got Al's game. We got Mount St. Mary's taking on Duke. Big game of the day here. Duke laying, I think it opened 31.5. It's up to 32.5 in places. Definitely this is Al's game. We're going to kick it on over to Al. What do you think here in Duke, Mount St. Mary's?
Yeah, it looks like people reacting to the Cooper Flag news a little bit there. Maybe with that line move, he is cleared to play in this one. But again, laying 32.5 with your best player coming off an injury. I think you got to take that as a warning sign. And once you build a comfortable lead, like how much do you want to play these guys down the stretch with that big lead? I think again, if they build a double-digit or 20-point lead, they'll want to rest their better guys. Now, I get it. They got some good guys coming off the bench as well. But this Mount St. Mary's team's no pushovers, man. These guys have been playing well lately. I get it. They got blown out a couple times earlier in the season, but they've been playing some real good ball lately and pulling off some upsets to get here. And, I'm not expecting a big upset in this one, although crazier things have happened in the world of sports. So, you can never really rule them out. We're still getting 32 points here, and anything close to that, there's no way I'm going to think about laying 32 points with anyone. And actually, again, it's not just not laying the 32 points. I actually like getting the 32 points here with the Mount St. Mary's team that's been playing well. So, again, not quite as good as Duke, but I think they're good enough to back with 32 points.
Heading on over to Sean. What do you think here in this one, Mount St. Mary's and Duke?
Yeah, like I was saying, you got your best guy come back from injury. Do they really need him here? Like how? I know you want to see if you want to get his legs back and some reps or whatever, but man, what happens if he rolls his leg again or something here in a meaningless game or a 30-point favorite? You need him for the next round. You need him for Sunday versus whoever wins the Baylor miss game there. And 32, I mean, it's a giant number. Can they still win by 27 and it looks like a nice big win? Absolutely. Could this be the Houston game all over again and it's 85-50? It very well could be, but I would lean towards the points with Al as well. I look at it as you can't have this guy play to more than 10, 15 minutes. And even if he's playing, is he tentative? I mean, this is where I don't want to lose a guy. Because I don't know what the injury is, right? Is it how big? They had him. They do. He's in a wheelchair. It's he's got an air cast. I don't even know if he had a walking cast. I'm just saying for, poops and giggles. The drama of like he's going to be Willis Reed for the Knicks in the '70s coming out of the it's like, here I am. I'm going to save your 30-point favorites. Do you need them? I lean to the points here, Ral. I agree.
Right? It's just you look for me. I like the under here. I think you get a lower scoring game. I don't think this is all in guns ablazing. We're going to see in this first game. Maybe early. Duke wants to get things are rolling just to get him back into game pace and that moving early. But even in the first half, I was looking at the number and I was like, man, I still have to leave out St. Mary's in the first half too. It's plus 17.5, and it's like. You figure maybe Duke comes jumping out to a big lead and covers it in that first half, maybe, and then takes the foot off. But either way, the bottom line is a full game. This is just way too many points to be rushing to a win to be laying with any team. That we look at it at Auburn, they only had the bottom line of getting the win, and I think Duke is going to have that same. You need that. This is a long tournament. They still got a bunch of games. That's not their final goal. So. We're all in agreement here. Grab Mountain St. Mary's plus the boatload of points. It's just too many points to be laying with the squad at this time of year, even against Mount St. Mary's team. But look at Mount St. Mary's; they've been jogs. I think their last 4 games they've been a jog and won outright in all of them. So roll along there. Agreement. Heading on over to the next game. We got Sean's game, and we're gonna take on a little later game here. We got Arizona taking on Akron. Total in that one, 167. We got Arizona laying 14.5 there in that matchup. We'll kick it on over to Sean. What do you think here in this one? Arizona, Akron.
Yeah, so 7:35 tip-off here. The Zips, MAC champions, 28-6. Nice little season for these guys. 16-6 ATS-wise, but I'm going to look at the total here. They were 20-12 to the over, by the way, this year. And, hey, listen, 21-1 in conference play with the tournament. That's pretty good. I don't care, where you play. You go 21-1 in your conference. That's a pretty nice little season. But again, I'm looking at the total here. 17 games they scored 80 or more in conference play. 8 of those games they gave up 80 or more themselves. So they don't mind getting into a little run and gun kind of show here. St. Mary's they played in their non-conference. They lost 87-68. Now, losing there is no problem, but the fact that they scored almost 70 versus a pretty good defensive squad on the road too tells me that they're going to score here even on neutral. Also against tournament teams, Omaha and Alabama State, 92-84, 97-78. Again, they're putting up points. Not that Alabama is either of those squads, but the fact that they're giving up 84 points and 78 points to Alabama State, who we saw in the playing game look kind of anemic with shooting the ball, tells you what you know about the defense. Because, Arizona, this is a good team. It's not some fluky squad. These guys can play a little bit. In their tournament, you saw 2 big high-scoring games versus Texas Tech and Kansas as well, 86-80, 88-77. Their non-conference, Old Dominion, they dropped 102 on them, 104 on Davidson, 102 on Southern Utah, 96 on Stanford, and against a MAC companion, 94-41, Central Michigan there. What's going to happen here? This is going to be Arizona. Sure, you want us to run like it's 1992 with a little Stoudemire running the show here? Sure. Like they're going to get – I think this game's going to play into like a 90-ish range. I think Arizona's really going to push to triple digits here. I think it's going to be one of those games Akron's going to want to get up and down the court. High-scoring affair for sure. I'm going to go over 167. That's a big number, 167. It's up there with the Alabama total is another high one there. So, these are the higher totals, and I think it is justified. I'm going to say cover the total tonight here. 167. I'm going to say over. Big number. 9. I'm hoping I need a 90 spot from Arizona. I think we're going to get it.
Hey, I don't know what do you think here in this one? Arizona, Akron.
Yeah, that's a big number, as you were saying. But as you also mentioned, Arizona is a very good team, and Akron not too bad themselves. And what they do well is shoot the three. So if you're expecting the 90 from Arizona, I think Akron can help you get their fair share of points as well. I also think that 3-point shooting keeps them in this game, so I would lean towards Akron with the points here. But not going under either.
Yeah, for me, looking at this one, I agree with Al there. Give me Akron plus the points here. I think Akron, we want a high-scoring game. I think then they're going to throw defense out the window. When you look at Arizona over their last 5, hey, they've been giving up about 45% field goal shooting, and that's equated to about 82 points a game. Akron, same thing, about 46% field goal shooting, 77 points a game. Both of these offenses over the last 5 games have been hitting lights out, over 50% field goal shooting. And that's been equating to 85 points a game, 91 points a game. That's why this total is where it is. So I think this turns into a track meet. I'm going to grab the points with Akron because I think this is a close game. Both teams going to be scoring. No defense being played. And 14 points? Yeah, give me Akron plus the 14.5 there in that one, in a high one.
One last thing, Rod. I find when it's like whatever the highest total is or the lowest, I think they try to scare you with the highest and scare you with the lowest. I think your best plays are to go over it and to go under it when it's the lowest. I think
when it's the lowest, right?
No, it's the lowest. It's low.
Can't make it big enough, high enough, or low enough.
Yeah, I can't make it low enough.
That's my initial thoughts on those things when I see them.
Nice. That's the first 2. Let's get on to my game. The game I'm looking at here is Xavier taking on Illinois. Well, we know all about Xavier, so we're 1-1 as Xavier picks. Let's get it with in this one. Hey, for me here, I backed Illinois all season long, and coming into the tournament here, playing pretty good basketball, 4-1 against the number. For me, it's this Xavier team. They just played, so you definitely get the rest advantage here for this Illinois squad, and they've fared well when they've had the rest advantage. Xavier, not so much. One day of rest or less for the Xavier squad this year. They're 0-1, straight up 0-1 against that number. And then you look at Xavier as a dog this season. They haven't fared so well either. As a road dog, 0-2 straight up as a road dog. 1-1 against the number as a dog, but I think they were getting a bigger number than what this is against an Illinois squad that can definitely play some defense, slow it up. And if they want to get into a run and gun with Xavier, they can definitely score some points as well. So I only have to lay 3. I got Illinois by 6-8 in this one. So I'll lay the 3 here with the Illini in this one to eliminate Xavier from the tournament. Heading on over to Sean. What do you think here in this one? Xavier and Illinois.
Yeah, this is a tough one, I think, for me at least. I got to say, I didn't think Xavier was going to win the other night, right? I thought Texas was the play there, a little tougher schedule, and Xavier down the stretch I wasn't impressed with. We talked about these games the other day. And yet after today's stuff, I got to maybe reassess my thought on Xavier here getting a couple points just on the way Creighton destroyed Louisville. I wish I was getting more than 3 though. So again, more. Hey, I don't know. I if this was 5, I would like X. X would give it to us, right? But 3, you know what? We might have to go with the Flying Illini here. The old Kendall Gill. Remember Kendall Gill played for the Illini? No? Back in the whatever. He got into weightlifting. He was ripped for the Nets back in the day. Anyway, not Johnny Gill. We're not talking New Edition, folks. I know a lot of New Edition fans in the comments. But no, let's go. I'll go Illinois here. I need more points. 5. And it's not going to get there, but give me the Illini.
That's why I said 6-8. If I seen a 6 on X, I'd be, you know me, I have no problem dancing around. You know, X going to give it to you, but not here. You know, I like Illinois, the 3 number here.
Not enough.
Not enough. So take a line on that here. Heading on over to Al. What do you think here in this one? Illinois, Xavier.
Yeah, it looks like initial move was on Xavier, but it looks like line coming back up. So who knows? You might see those 4s, 5s start popping up. I don't necessarily think so, but again, I'm agree with Rodd here. I think Illinois is the better team. They have a big edge on the glass, so I think that's going to come into play here. Look for them to dominate down low. They have the better offense, and they hang defensively with Xavier here too. So. Yeah, give me Illinois to cover this little number for us. I think they get the job done here. Xavier has been shooting the ball well from deep, but again, going up against a pretty good defense, and they won't be getting many second chances there on their misses. So, yeah, I like Illinois.
That wraps up the 3-pick for the Friday slate of action. Thanks everybody for tuning into these videos. Make sure that you subscribe. Make sure you like. Helps us out a ton. We appreciate each and every one of you that tunes in. And hey, keep commenting. We appreciate those, and we definitely pop in there and answer all your comments. And even questions, and even the guy that fades us, we have no problem as well. And definitely Al will keep his eyes open and won't miss nothing, because life is short, as he says, and it'll come flying right on by if you blink. So now we know the real reason why Al doesn't blink. He doesn't want to miss anything, because we know life comes at you really fast, and we know it comes zooming by. Now we understand. Makes sense. Definitely makes real sense. Thanks, everybody. Have yourself a wonderful Friday. Definitely. Tune in there. Cover the spread, baby.
Let's go.
Cover the spread.